Hello everyone, we got a fun animation for you today in Procreate Dreams, and it might just be a little bit PG, so beware. Okay, here we are. We're going to go into Procreate, which I've got loaded up right now, and let me show you what I've got all drawn up. So I've got this ketchup bottle and a pack of French fries. Let me show you all the layers I've got here. I've kind of ordered them really good today. Not like usual, so try to make it a little bit more easy to understand. I've got all of the French fry parts into one group, and I've got all of the ketchup bottle parts in his own group, except for his legs, because his legs are going to be moving independently of his body. So that's why I wanted to separate them a little bit. At first I had them in the same group, and then I realized probably not going to work out, so I separated them. So if we go into the ketchup bottle group, I've got the eyebrows on one layer, I've got the teeth on one layer, his mouth on a layer. Full eyes is going to be in a group in itself, and it's going to be the pupils, the whites of his eyes, so those are all grouped up. And then I've got the ketchup bottle itself and the two legs on there, all separate layers. Alright, so I'm going to close that one out. I'll show you the French fry layer I've got. So I have the eyes again in a group, which it has the pupils and the white parts of his eyes in it. I have the mouth. I have the package that the French fries are in. I have the shadows of the fries, and then the main fries are there. And that is basically all there is to it. So it's not that much to do, but the animation is going to be really worth it. So let's get started. So we're going to move this over into Procreate Dreams. So let's start our Procreate Dreams file first. So if you click on the plus right there in your top right corner, that will start a new animation. And then you can scroll through all the sizes here that you might want. But I like to stick with widescreen HD and just hit empty. Okay, there we are. Now the first thing we need to do is we need to change some settings. So if you click on your title, which is going to be Dreams and a number probably, unless you've renamed it to something else. And then we're going to go into the very top choice here, which is the star. And we're going to first click on the frames per second. I'm going to change that to frame by frame animation, which is 12 frames per second. And then for the duration, I can't see this taking more than 7 seconds, so we're going to dial in 7 on that. And then on the 1 minute mark, click on that and hit your backspace to get rid of that. So we have 12 frames per second, a 7-second animation, and 1920 by 1080 resolution. Hit done, and we're all ready to go. Now we need to bring our Procreate files over into Procreate Dreams, and I'll show you the best way that I like to do that. So open up Procreate, go into your gallery view, and then just hold down on your drawing right there until you can move it around. Get out of that program, go into Dreams, and then drop it right in there, and it'll import everything in there for you. So as I usually say, the file that we imported in is exactly the same dimensions of our stage in Procreate Dreams. So sometimes it makes it just a little bit difficult to get it perfectly situated where you don't have any white space on the top or on the bottom. So what I like to do is just grab a corner and upsize it just a bit, and it makes it easier to fit in there. And then we're ready to go. All right, I'm going to use 3 fingers to swipe and make this timeline a little bit longer so I can see it better. That does not make it the 7-second animation any longer. It just makes it you're able to see it a little bit better. All right, so right now we just have a picture file. So if we push play right now, it's not going to do anything because pictures don't move. So we need to do that. All right, so the first thing you do is long press on your file here and click on Convert Layers to Tracks. What that's going to do, it's going to separate everything into the layers that we had over in Procreate. So now if you look at your file name here, Group 1, if you click on the little arrow right there, now it opens up to all of the pieces that we had. For some reason, it absolutely went backwards. So I'm going to hit Convert Layers, Tracks to Layers again. There we go. There's all of our layers in there. So we've got our ketchup bottle, our 2 legs, and our French fry. And that's it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a keyframe animation on my ketchup bottle. So I'm going to set an initial one and not move it at all. So hit move and move in scale. So that sets our first keyframe. And then probably about 3/4 of a second, we're going to make him start moving. So he's going to be standing there looking at you for about 3/4 of a second before he starts to move. So we're going to click on it again, and then we're going to come over to about the 1 second mark maybe, or a little bit past the 1 second mark. We're going to click on it to set a new keyframe, and then we're going to move our ketchup bottle down. Come on, guy. So about like that. All right. So if we play that, it just ketchup bottle is going to move down. All right. All right. And then what it's going to do is going to squirt some ketchup out. So I'm going to give it a little bit of time to do that. And then I'm going to click on it again to set a keyframe, and then we're going to move over just a tad bit, and we're going to have them raise back up. So be careful, you don't want it to go where you can see the space between the legs, so you just do it where he's covering the legs. So about right there. All right, so if I play that for you, goes down, comes back up. All right, just like that. And then we're going to have him do that one more time. So I'm going to have him stay up a little bit, and then we're going to click on it. We're going to have him go down again. About right there. You're going to squirt out some ketchup again, and then we're going to set another keyframe here, and then we're going to come over a bit, and then have him raise back up. So be careful, you know, that you don't like make your movement sudden. So you want him to stay there for a little bit. So that's why I set a keyframe, and then I come over, set another keyframe. I didn't move it at all, so he just stays in that one position for a little while. And then I'll move him, and then he'll go back up. All right, so he comes down, he stops, he sits there for a minute, and then he goes back up, and then he does it one more time. So if I play that for you, goes down, squirts some ketchup, goes back up, goes down again. That was kind of fast, so if you want to like make that a little bit slower, you can grab these keyframes by long pressing on them and then sliding them out like that. So we'll do that because that was a little bit quick. So you can always space these out a little bit more. Let's see. Let me see what that looks like now. Yeah, that second one was much better that time. Let me see that first one, see if it's still too fast. No, I think that's good. So they're not uniform, so it makes it look a lot better than if they both of the going downs were the same exact speed and the same exact everything. So it kind of gives it a little bit of variation, which makes it more realistic to me. All right, so that's good. That's what we wanted. So next thing I want to do is I want to move those legs, and we're going to have to do that by doing it by frame onion skinning and drawing it. Okay, so I like to mix my tutorials up where you get how to do a keyframe animation, how to do a performance mode animation, and then how to do it frame by frame, which is the original style of cartooning. So I give you an experience on how to do all three of those. All right, so let's work on these legs now. So remember, I've got the legs on their own separate layers and not in the ketchup group. So we're going to do this, I guess, right leg first. So what I'm going to do is, as he starts to go down, so I see him move down just a little bit right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on that leg, I'm going to hit edit, and I'm going to split that track. All right, and then I'm going to take that piece on the right side, I'm going to slide it over because I want to use it again later on, but I'm going to draw in the middle here. So you see the leg disappears because there's nothing there on the timeline. So that's why we need to draw it in there. So as he goes down, so in that first frame right there, so I'm going to go into drawing mode, which is that little squiggly line right there. And then I want to pick this ketchup bottle color. That's going to be the same color as his legs. And let me see what brush I need here. Probably a monoline brush. So that one right there. And then I'm going to test it to make sure it's the same width of the leg. And that's a little bit too thin. So I'm going to two-finger undo that and then move the brush size up a bit. And let's test that one out. Still maybe a little bit too thin. So we'll two-finger tap that, undo it, and we'll bring that up just a little bit more. I think that's maybe a little bit more. So I'm up to 61%, and I think that right there will do it good. All right. Okay, so that will be our first frame. So as he starts to go down, what he's going to do is his legs are going to bow out. All right. So I'm going to draw them in here. Starting to go out. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to go to the next frame over. I'm going to make them bow out just a little bit more. Just like that. And then one more time. Even more. And I think that's about all we need to do. He's already down. I think I want to fix this leg because I don't really want it moving up there where it's connected to the ketchup bottle. So you can see from that frame to that frame how it goes down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with my eraser tool. I'm going to erase that bit off. Go back into my drawing mode, and then I want to put it where it's kind of where it's the same position where it was up before. Yeah, that's better. All right. So yeah, that's it. And then he's going to stand back up. So we're just going to reverse this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, let's see, how long does he stay down? So right about there. All right. So what I want to do is I want to take this last one and I want to pull it all the way out to right there. All right. So it's going to hold in the down position. Just like that, okay? And then after he does that, what we're going to do is going to reverse that action. So we're going to take this one, we're going to long press on it and hit copy. And we're going to come over here in this blank space and hit paste. And you're going to make sure it's drug over there right up against that other one. And then the first one, we're going to long press on it and hit copy. And then we're going to come over this blank space and put paste. And then we're going to take that regular one that was already there and slide it over. Let's see what that leg looks like now. Perfect. Can't get no better than that. All right, now we want to do the same thing for our other leg, our left leg. So let's see where he starts to go down. So about right there. So I'm going to hit edit and split that track, and then we're going to take it and we're going to slide it over here out of the way. All right, we're still in drawing mode. So we're going to take this leg and have it start to bow out some. All right, and the next one, even more. And the next one, even more. All right, and that's it. So what we're going to do now, like we did before, we're going to come over where he starts to go back up again. Right there. So we're going to take this last frame, we're going to drag it over there. Kind of don't remember where it was at. Right there. So maybe we'll drag it just a little bit more. Maybe right there. All right, and then we're going to, maybe that's too much. And bring it back. So we're going to copy that one. And we're going to paste it over here in this empty space. And it's right up against there. So he's starting to go up. I think I need to move this over a little bit more. All right, and then we're going to copy that next one. Long press on it, hit copy. The blank space and hit paste. And then make sure it's up against that other one. Come on. There we go. And then that last one there. Copy. And paste it. All right, and then we'll take that one that we slid over and put it back. All right, let's see what that looks like now. This thing's stretched out a lot, hasn't it? Okay. Perfect. All right, so now that we've done it one time, we don't need to do it again. All we need to do is group those leg movements together, and then we can copy and paste it and have another one. So show you how to do that. So where our legs was at, right there, those cuts. All right, so we're going to go into this layer mode right there, which is to the left of your drawing mode. And we're going to take those three movements right there, and we're going to long press on it and hit group. All right, so there's the one leg I think that is the left leg, yeah. So we're going to copy that, and then we're going to see where he starts to go down once more. Right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to split this again, edit, split it. We're going to move this one out of the way. We're going to hold down and paste it in that blank spot. Let's see. I think what we need to do is we need to drag out this last frame here until he starts to go back up again. So that would be down, and then it needs to stay down until right there. So what we need to do is we need to take this one here. All right, let's see how we can fix this. All right. I think what I can do is maybe copy this last one. Or would it be the first one? I think it's the last one. Yeah, the last one here. Long press on that and copy it. And then we'll put it up here. Paste it. All right, let's see now. Goes down. Yeah, that did it. So we're going to close that group again. Now we can take this one and we can stretch it out until he starts to move back up again. Hello everyone. I have a small favor to ask. I've got a goal of 3,000 subscribers by the end of July, and only you can make that happen. So I appreciate it so much. It costs you nothing, just a little click, and it helps the channel so much. So help me reach that goal of 3,000 subs by the end of July. Only you can make it happen. Thank you. If you ever find something that's not working, like I was trying to select that, and you can't figure out why, make sure you don't have anything turned on right here, but that gets me every time. I'll have drawing mode or I'll have selection mode turned on, and I'm trying to choose something and it won't choose it. I'm wondering why, and that's what it usually is. Okay, so we're going to drag this one out now. So that's going to be in the down position until he starts to move up again, all right? And then that's going to be the second group, which I think, is it this one? Yeah. So we're going to hold down on that one and copy it, and then we're going to put it right here in this blank space. All right, and now we can slide that one over, and we should have it done this time. Okay, let's see what that looks like. I'm going to go back to the beginning here. Down, up. Yep, that's perfect. Okay, so now let's do our other leg like that. Okay, so what we're going to do is, we've already got it done once, I thought. Yeah, right here. Okay, and he stands up, and then when he starts to go down again, which is right there, yep. We're going to edit, and we're going to split it. And now we're going to move that over out of the way until we need it later on. And that didn't move over at all. Slide it over. There we go. All right, and now we're going to take that first two. Let's see. Go into this. I'm going to take all these three right here. I'm going to long press on it and hit group. And then we're going to long press on it and hit copy. All right, and let's see if we can put it right here in this blank space. Okay, right there. Okay, let's see what happens. I think that's fine. And then when he starts to go up again, right there. So you're going to drag this one out until it comes to about right there. And then we're going to this is the one where he straightens up. Yep. So we're going to draw a line through this one, these three. We're going to hit long press and hit copy. I'm going to come over to this blank space, which we need to probably make some more blank space. Long press on it, hit paste. And then let me slide these guys over. I don't know if that worked. Let me see. I hope that works. Let's see what happens. I might have to undo it. So Yeah, that leg is just missing. So it starts to disappear right there. So we're going to edit and split that, and I'm going to long press on it and hit delete. And I'm just going to draw it in. That red color right there, I'm just going to draw it in just like it is. Okay. And we're going to take him out of drawing mode. Take this guy and slide him up there. And then he stands back up. And I think that did it. Okay, let's check that out. Down, up, down, up. Okay, that's fine. That's exactly what we wanted. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make the ketchup splurt out. All right, and we're going to do that by drawing mode also. So we don't have that done at all, so we need to make us a new track. And I think I need to make it on top of the French fries. So the French fries are right here. So I'm going to click on that French fry track, and I'm going to hit the plus sign right there, and I'm going to hit track. And that's going to add one above the French fries, which is going to be on top. So we want the ketchup to be on top of the fries. All right, so then we're going to go where he bends down about right there, and we're going to start having the ketchup spurt out. So I'm going to go into drawing mode again, and then let's click a darker, deeper red color so they can separate the ketchup bottle from the ketchup itself. So I'm just making it a little bit darker red. All right, and then the first frame we're just going to have it, that's too big. Make that really small brush size. Here we go. So make a little bit starting to come out, and then the next frame over, we're going to just have it like a little glob coming out now. All right, and it's going to come out even more. And even more. All right, and I think I'm going to take this last one, I'm going to stretch it out until he starts to go back up. Right there. And then maybe we can have a little bit dripping out right there. And then we'll just make it kind of disappear into the other fries. Okay, so we need that ketchup back there too. So what I'm going to do is just draw this ketchup again. We're just going to kind of keep that same shape. Kind of fill it in. Could probably make my pen a little bit bigger now. All right, that's good. All right, and then I think I can take this. Oh, I was in drawing mode. That's why it wasn't working for me. I can take this and stretch that thing out so that ketchup will stay there. Okay, so what he's going to do now is he's going to bend down again, and we're going to have him squirt out some more. And what we want to do now is I'm going to take this last one, long press on it, hit fill duration. That'll take it to the very end of our animation, so that ketchup will be there forever. All right, that last part that we put out there. But as he comes down again, we're going to have more squirt out. All right, so we're going to do another layer on top of that ketchup we just drew. So hit plus and add a track. So there's another ketchup layer. And then he's going to start spurting out some more about right here. So we go into drawing mode. We're still on that same red color. All right, we're going to have some start to come out here. You really can't see it once he bends down right there. So we can just start kind of making some spots appear. And maybe putting some down here. Just changing up a little bit. And the same spots we had before, we want those to remain there. And then make sure it's still coming out. I don't know if I did that on the last one. Yeah, it's fine. Let's see if he's moving anymore. I think that's it. So we can kind of put some more here. All right, and then we're going to take that last one, get out of drawing mode, hit done, and we're going to long press on it, and we're going to hit fill duration. All right, so now that should be a 2 squirts. There we go. All right, so we got that part done. Now we want to work on this ketchup bottle's eyes. So now we need to go into the ketchup bottle. So we're going to open that up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take his eyebrows, and as he's squirting the ketchup out, I'm going to make him eyebrows kind of go up like in a angry kind of looking look. So I want to move the playhead over to where he starts to go down. So right there. So I'm going to edit, I'm going to split those eyebrows. And then like we did on the legs, we're going to take those eyebrows, we're going to move them out of the way. All right, and then we're going to go in the drawing mode. And I need to choose these eyebrow color right there, which is a black. All right, and then right here, they're going to start to... You know what? I need to change my brush to the inker streamliner so I can get a thick to thin. Not that thick. Okay, they're starting to move into an angry look. I don't like that last one. Here we go. And then again. Okay. And then as that ketchup's starting to squirt out. All right. Probably that's good. So we can take that last one. We're going to get out of drawing mode. And then as he starts to go up right there, we're going to take this last one, we're going to slide it a little bit more. Okay, start to go up right there. So I'm going to slide it out one more track. Right there. All right, and then we're going to kind of just reverse what we did last time, just like we did for the legs. So we're going to take this one, we're going to copy it. This one, I'm going to get this out of the way. And that blank space, hit paste. So yeah, it's starting to move back up. And then we'll take this next one here, copy it, and blank space, paste it. So yeah, it's starting to get flattened out now. So we did 2 of them. Let's do this third one here. Copy, long press, paste. So there we go, got smaller. So now we need to do the fourth one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Copy, put it in the blank space here, paste. All right, and then we can probably take those eyebrows and slide them over now. That's good. And then we're going to group all of those like we did last time. I think just those 4. I'm going to long press on them and hit group. We're going to long press on, hit copy. And then when he starts to come down again, which is right there, we're going to edit, split it, and then we're going to slide that out of the way. He's fighting me as usual. And then that empty space here, hit paste. And then we'll take that. Let me see. So maybe open that group up, and we're going to copy that last one. Close that group again, and then we're going to paste it here in this empty space. And this we're going to stretch out until he starts going back up. There we go. All right, so we got that part done. Now we're going to do his eyes too. So I'm going to go into the eye layer, which is right here. We're going to make a track on top of that. Let's see where he starts to go down that first time. Right here. What we're going to do is go in the drawing mode. And we're going to pick this red color. And what I want to do is kind of go over his eyes a bit, make them flatten out some. And then one more time. Once more. Gonna keep doing that till he starts to move back up. Again, might probably bring it out to this last one. Bring it out to about right there. And he's going to start to go up again. All right, and that's all we need for that. All right, so let me show you his eyes now. Here we go, just like that. All right, and then we need to do that one more time. So I'm going to group all of these together. We're going to long press on them and hit group. We're going to long press on and hit copy. And then when he starts to go down again, right there, we're going to paste it into there. I'm actually going to slide it over about right there. Okay, I think that's good. Yep, I think that's good. Okay. Okay, and now the last thing we're going to do is... Actually, we want this guy's teeth to move too. So that's the teeth right there. So as he's... Go up to the teeth. So when he comes down that first time right there, so you're going to have those teeth. We're going to hit move and move in scale. So we're going to do this keyframe. So it's not going to move until there, and then he's going to come down to about right there where he stops. We're going to have the teeth come down like that. Okay? And then what we're going to do on top of that mouth right there, we're going to start a new track. Where did it go? Okay, two finger undo that one. Do this again. Sometimes it like throws it at the very top, which I don't know why it does that, because I had that track selected. Usually when you select a track and then hit add a new one, it'll add it on top of it. But for sometimes it just doesn't do it. All right, so what I need to do now is I need to go into drawing mode, pick that red color, and then as that gap in the teeth start to happen, I want that to stay red. So I'm going to come in with my brush. I'm going to color that black part red. You know what? I didn't do that right. Undo that. Undo it. I need to be above it. So the track that I created disappeared again. And see, it threw it somewhere up there. So undo it again. There, it did it. Now I got an empty track on top of my teeth. Right here. Drawing mode. We're going to cover up that black spot between the teeth and the mouth. Just like that. And then one more. Covered up again. And again. And again. You know what? We might be able to stretch this out until he starts to move up again. So right there. Let's take this last one here and let's move it out to about there. Okay, and then we'll color that one in right here. And we probably need to bring those teeth back up now. So I'm going to do a keyframe here, moving, scale. And then right there, we're going to have it, teeth move up to there. And that's it. So let's see what that looks like. Yep. Okay, so the ketchup bottle is all done. The only thing we need to do now is the French fry face. So now I'm going to close that ketchup bottle group because we're done with it. And then we're going to open the French fry group. Okay, what I want to do is I want to move those eyeballs. So you're going to open up the eye group, and the pupil, the right part of the eye is not going to do anything, but the pupils are going to look up when the ketchup starts coming out. So let's see where, right about there. So we're gonna set a move and scale, but not move it, and then come over as he's starting to come down. We're gonna have those eyes look up, and he's gonna squirt the ketchup out. And he's going to start to go up again. So we're going to set another one there. And then we're going to have it look straight at us again. Right there. Okay. And we do it one more time. So where he starts to move down again. Okay, starting to squirt out. So we're going to have... set a keyframe there, don't move it, and then come over a little bit, and then we're going to have him look up again. And then that last squirt. And he's going to start to go up again. And the eyes are going to straighten out. Just like that. Okay? Okay, let's see. And I think I want to do something with his mouth too. So when he looks up, and then actually we need to go back to the first squirt. Right there. So when that starts to squirt out, we're going to go to his mouth. We're going to click on it. We're going to hit move, and we're going to hit distort this time. Okay, we're not going to distort it. We're going to leave it like that, and then we're going to come over some here. We're going to have the mouth kind of go down. All right, and then as it goes back up, we're going to make the mouth straighten out again. So we're going to set a keyframe. Then we're going to come over a little bit. And then maybe move it back up in its original position there. Okay, and then one more time. So he's going to bend down. You're going to squirt some more. So we're going to click on it, we're going to come over a bit, we're going to distort the mouth again. Okay, and then when he goes back up, I'm going to click on it, and then we're going to come over here and we're going to straighten it out. Okay, and that is going to do it, guys. I will leave the final animation at the end of the video, as I usually do. If you're interested in getting these assets, they will be on the Patreon page. You pay one time every month, and you get all of the assets for both of my YouTube channels, the Scribble and Scribe, and of course, the one that you're on right now, the Channel Does Art website. So if you have not subscribed, please do so. We've got a campaign going on. We're going to try to hit 3,000 by the end of next month. So only you guys can make that happen, and I'd appreciate it very much. So I'll see you guys. If you have any questions whatsoever, put them in the comment section below. I'll be happy to answer each and every one of them. And with that, I will see you guys next week for another Procreate or Procreate Dreams tutorial. Take care.